Hi, my name is Lorena. I am super excited because this is a new commitment I am making to myself to make one lifestyle video every Wednesday talking about a range of topics, whether it's home, friendships, mental health, living in New York City. The list goes on. I wanted to just dedicate some time to talk about the 7 things that I've noticed that has changed within me in these last 7 years being in New York City, the concrete jungle. Up first, we have that I learned that I am fairly independent. Growing up, I used to always rely on family and friends for support, and I now realize that I can pretty much do anything alone. I used to be super terrified to do that. I used to have anxieties about going to parties alone or going to a class or something that requires social interaction and just being frozen when it came down to it because I didn't feel comfortable enough in my own skin. It's more about showing up. If you show up and you meet 1 or 2 people, that is more than enough. You don't have to go around and be the center of the party all the time. It's more about doing what you can. And I think that has taught me that I can handle it. I am strong enough to do that, and I will get through, and it will all be okay. And soon enough, I will be back in my bed, sleeping, ready for the next day. The second thing that I've learned living in New York City is that I don't need to be everywhere. I used to have major FOMO. I would want to be at every single party I was invited to. Even though I was very scared about going, I still had this underlying fear about not being invited to go anywhere. So going to parties, going to things that I don't even think were happening. I think just in my mind, I felt like I had to be doing something because I was in New York City and there is always somewhere to be. And now that I am settled and I'm sober now, so I think that helps a lot with it too. I don't feel the obligation to go to a random bar and drink myself to death anymore, which is great. It's less of a fear and an anxiety of where do I need to be right now, and just relaxing into the fact that I can go out if I want to. I don't have to if that opportunity comes up. Thankfully, I have less of that FOMO. Number 3 is that I can make it out of unemployment. Yes, I have not had a job before. And was it the most fun thing in the world? No. Did I get through it? Yes. And the ways that I got through it was through my connections, through applying to a bunch of different places and seeing what was the right fit, taking up opportunities such as internships and finding ways to fit into the company. For me, it was the scariest thing to be unemployed, but overcoming that it just felt really good. It's kind of like heartbreak. You don't want it to happen, it happens, and then you just have to deal with it. What are you going to do next? I gained a lot of life experience from that. This one kind of goes with the FOMO, but I don't really like going out as much as I used to. I used to go out almost every weekend, sometimes weekdays, when I first moved to the city. My life is very different from those times. I am now engaged. I do not drink anymore. I don't really find going out as pleasurable as I used to. I think this ties back to my FOMO because of the fact that I thought I had to be everywhere. It's cool if you like to go out. If you don't like to go out, that's cool too. And I'm not judging you for it. Number 5, I'm learning what my strengths are. I thought I needed to be a little bit of everything. It's good to try new things. It's good to explore and see what does fit for you. I have to embrace my strengths instead of running away and trying to find other things to fulfill that space. If you are really good at cooking, cook. Not everyone's going to be amazing at cooking. So if you are great at cooking, please share that talent. And I think that's what I'm learning now, is that I love connecting with people. I love speaking to people about deeper things and not surface level stuff. And that's okay. Sometimes I wish I was just surface level and that could be that, but it's just not who I am. I don't have to force things just because I feel like they have to be. I can be friends with people because I actually get along with them, and it's not because I feel like I need a friend. It's okay to be me and not have to fit other people's expectations of that. Embrace my strengths and understand where I thrive and follow that. Okay, number 6. I may be contradicting myself here a little bit, but I now have the courage to go up to people and meet new friends. I find that when I moved to New York, I didn't have a set base of friends. I knew some people from high school. It was really like starting from scratch. I met a lot of people from work. I met a lot of people from clubs. I met a lot of people from church. All these new people in my life, I'm able to trust them until they give me a reason not to. Before, I used to think that I could only trust the people that I've known for years and they proven themselves. And now I'm opening myself up to more new people, allowing time to develop that friendship. It can be scary to start new, but it's so worth it because then, you'll look back 2 years from when you began your friendship and all of a sudden it becomes another strong bond. I just don't want to miss out on those opportunities. So I've learned to just open myself up more and trust more people. Things aren't always going to go the way that I want them to, but that's part of life. And finally, number 7, I learned how to save money. Money is a topic that I love to discuss. I know that culturally we don't really talk about it, but it's one of my favorite things to talk about. During my time here in New York City, I've learned to budget and save, and it's not easy, and I am not the best at it, but I feel like I am more comfortable with money than I've ever been before. I now know that there's some items that you can buy cheaply and then some items that you would probably want to splurge a little bit more because it will go further, making sure that I understand how to use it. So those are 7 things that I've learned in my time in New York from living here now for 7 years. Let me know some things that you find have led to your growth living within your city, and I will read them and respond, and I'm excited to see what you guys have to say. Thank you for making it this far and watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll be back next Wednesday with more. See you then.